We'll come back in later.
Okay, that I would have cared about. Mostly because I have ADD and I would just be like totally sidetracked. And it's like, party! Wait, what am I doing here?
I say class is like, what are we doing here? What's going on?
Like, what class is this?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? What is this universe made of?
You guys are all here for the Fandoms panel, right?
Yes.
I'm just making sure. I've been like 3/4 of the way through a panel. Like people get up and like crab walk out. And it's like, you guys were like 45 minutes. You didn't know you were in the wrong room. You could, at any point in time, you could have been like, I am not where I belong.
It's like that first day of class. Are you here for this class? No.
Then why were you here the whole time?
Oh, is that Welch? Hi.
We have this kid in my CJ class. He literally
okay.
was a math major, not supposed to be there. Went there for half the semester. So.
I went to an honors class. That's pretty.
Yeah, because
Anyways.
it could be worse. You could have walked into than when I did. I accidentally walked into the wrong final.
So let's get started, shall we?
I've done that.
So this is a wonderful practical guide basically on being a fan. And obviously we're all here because we are fans of something. And I use the word fan knowing that the beauty of an anime convention or any kind of convention nowadays is that it is so much more than just anime. We are finally at a phase of integration. I was just telling a bunch of people earlier, I definitely grew up in the era that if you were at an anime convention, don't you dare be a Whovian, don't you dare be into comic books, don't you dare be into video games. If you were at an anime convention, you are anime only. And we are just now, probably in the last 5 or so years, getting back to integration, where all the fandoms can kind of get along and play. And there was many lives lost for it. But
What?
you know,
Wait, what?
well, just I mean, it really turned off a lot of people from being in fan cultures because we were so exclusionary. I mean, we're bad about it. So this is just a little guide to being a fan, and it comes actually at a big pot shot for me because I'm an otaku most of my life. My first anime I watched when I was 6 years old. So I've had about a 20-year career now in anime and in manga and in fandoms of all kinds. And I recently just started an office position. I now have a real job. And it's very distracting when your boss is talking to you about something. And it's like, I met a voice actor. He's a good guy. Voice actors. Like, you can't talk about normal things. Yeah, it's like, voice actors are great. Yay! So this is just kind of being a practical fan. You know, we all have our coping mechanisms, but this is just sort of how I go through it and how I, you know, if you guys can get anything from it, I love that. Shameless self-promotion page. I love the conversation, guys. You're more than welcome to follow me and add me. Yeah, love my Twitter handle.
You have a DV, right?
Yeah, so I'll probably post this back up at the end. I love the conversation, guys. I love it. If you have a question that can't be finished here, pull me aside. I will linger for a little while. Message me, tweet me, add me on DA. I love the conversation because it never stops. This panel is not the end of this conversation. It never will.
You have a Tumblr?
I like having a life. So let's talk about fandoms, and I promise you guys it'll be fun. And if it's not, you are more than welcome to be like, good day, sir! Kick a chair and leave.
So it's chair abuse.
Yes. So, what are fandoms anyway? That's a pretty damn good question. Basically, as I'm defining a fandom is if there's any real community of people that all decide to be together and do awesome things. Whovians, Homestuckers, people that really love, comic book lore and stuff like that. Video games, they're all fandoms. They're all little individual communities. People that LARP, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, people that still play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Which one, the original or the updated?
I play up to Battle City. I don't synchro summoning is BS to me. Different conversation. So basically a fandom is when a bunch of awesome people decide to get together and do awesome things. And we can do awesome things together. Most of the time. And for reals, while being a fan is the bestest thing in the entire world, because of our, to put this delicately, alternative lifestyle, sometimes you do have a bit of a hard time meshing into the real world. It can be a little difficult if, so I have a bunch of examples, but one of the number one ones for me that just came up was I was watching the news and everyone was talking about the big Chinese retailer Alibaba. And I'm like, Alibaba-san isn't in China? What is he doing? Did he finally leave the desert? All I was thinking of was magic. Like, I'm literally, I'm watching CNN. Like, they were reporting on the news. I'm like, no, Alibaba-san, your goal is to get all the pretty ladies. You're in the wrong place. time learning, you become a very, very obtuse creature. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk being a fan of the real world, because eventually we're all going to have to get jobs, have relationships, all that stuff. We all have to do it, so this is how to do all that and still be a fan, because I still think we're all pretty damn awesome. This is no fan shaming. It's just there's ways to do it. So absolutely 100% totally need a disclaimer. I don't own any of the characters that I've talked about. I hate that I still have to do this, that we live in a world that YouTube will pull your videos down and it's like, you didn't say that you don't own this. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I owned Naruto, I wouldn't be sitting here. No offense. I love you guys, but I'm pretty sure if I owned Inuyasha, I would not be doing this. I'd be like a Yaoi-con or something. And nor do any of the characters that I mention over one is meant to cause fan strife. If I bring up one character as an example of something over another, that's just because that's what I was thinking of probably at 3 o'clock in the morning as I was drinking ramen and eating hockey. It is by no means meant to like show favor or no favor. It's just, this is what happens. Good?
Yes.
Fantastic. So why are we having this conversation? I'm a fan, I work, it's fine. Why are we having this conversation? This is why we have this conversation.
That's just half of my brain.
Yeah, that's only like the front part of my brain.
No, that's
And
the lateral
Feels
part.
like you're too small.
Yeah. And I was, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, I was very offended. I was like, how dare you? That's not my life. And then I thought about it, like, no, that's my life. That's me at work, that's me at home, that's my life. This is why we're having this conversation. As fans, we have a lot going on. There's a lot happening in our world. And it makes it very, very hard sometimes to do small things. And it's funny. So, yeah. This itty bitty little Tumblr cortex right here.
Yes.
All the feels, all the shipping going on, all the shipping. Actually, my ship is probably like over here. This is all ship for me.
I think ship probably takes half my brain because I would forget all.
Yeah, like ship and fanfic probably takes up like
Yeah.
most of this
I think
region.
shipping maybe two words and like I said, an armada. That
Yeah.
is a shift, just an armada.
How
So
many versions actually have cannons?
I don't know.
all of them are canonical.
I don't know. I can't. Let's just say they all have cannons.
So why are we having this conversation? Because watching the news sometimes becomes a giant fanfic. So this actually is a news headline that I've read. Russia tightened sanctions on China. Looks a whole lot like this in my head. That's exactly what I saw when I read the news. Russia tightened sanctions on China. Go on.
We all thought that they
You were saying Germany invades France is a very, very different meaning to me.
You should see, like, when I heard when Prince William and Kate were getting married, I thought of being the biggest fanboy.
Yeah, Hitalia is especially a big thing with that.
Yes.
Hitalia and Scandinavia in the world.
Yes.
It makes life very obtuse. Watching the news is painful for me. It's like France comes to visit America. Like, yay, Francis is visiting Alfred. Because this is what you see.
And England is in the back saying F off France, that's my son.
But the funny thing about the fan is that even though we are an obtuse, strange creature, we are a migratory creature as well. So I kind of imagine this would be like Sir David Attenborough. It's like, the fan is a migratory creature. Though oftentimes solitary in their ways, they descend down from their giant ship trees once a week to feed and to...
Wait, who's in my room?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Do we have the guy that does how Betty don't give a shit?
yeah. So we're going to look at the fans in their natural habitat. You have school work, because some people are still in school, some people have real jobs, some people have other jobs that are questionable. Job's a job, can't judge. We have the fan at home, we're going to do 2 versions of that, and we have at play. So let's do the fan at school and work. And here's the biggest thing. The fun thing about being a fan at work is that it can be so interesting. I cannot tell you how interested my coworkers are sometimes in the fact that I do all this. They just think it's the most novel, adorable thing in the entire world. They don't understand what the hell I'm doing. They think it's the most novel and cute thing ever. As long as they're not coming at me with pitchforks and torches, I'm fine. I don't ask them to understand. I just ask them to judge me. But if you are going to be very, very open, it's like I don't keep a lot of my fan regalia at my office. I have some Hello Kitty stuff. I have some very, very light figurines. but it's not like there's posters all over my cubicle. I don't, you know, so that's probably one of the first big rules, and this comes with school as well. Be professional. If it's questionable, it's questionable. You know, the office or your dorm room might not be the place to have that super, you know, explicit print that you bought at that last convention. Unless you're like me and you own your own apartment, and then people can be like, oh, hi, so that's what you do. Like, well, yes, this is my home. But, you know, at my office, that might not be appropriate. It's not appropriate. There's no white. It's not appropriate. Context is very, very important when it comes to that. So if you go on a fan tangent and it comes out, because here's the thing, you can have a fan tangent inside. That's fine. I do that all the time at work. But if it comes out, if it runs over, so like I had a moment where I mistook a wrestler for Sam Riegel, who's a voice actor, and I like diarrhea of the mouth. I was just on and on about Sam Riegel, but I said, you know what, you guys have no context for this. Let me back up and explain. Let me back up.
Give them no explanation.
Yeah, give them no explanation as to who the hell you're talking about, but because they're gonna ask, or their faces are gonna ask. They're just gonna be like, there's that blank like, oh, imaginary characters? Yeah. If you can at all points in time, add context. If it's not appropriate, bail. Just bail. If you accidentally like, oh, like that one hentai, just no. Become that nope meme where it's like a jetpack, like nothing else to do here, just bail. You cannot write your way out of that. Just nope, bail.
It is hentai. It is an art.
Yeah. Be nice. Especially at work and school, that is not the time to be the elitist fan. That is not the time to be like, you like New 52? I don't know what you're talking about. It's only old school, 1970s and 1990s. That is not the time to be a hipster on your rag fan. Especially for people who are legitimately trying to understand you and are just, you know, having a difficult time. Get your butts in here!
Well,
just you.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
So,
with blackjacks and hookers.
Without being held hostage.
So be nice, like for reals, just be nice. And again, that sounds like a lot of common sense. You know, you can come in or not, that's fine.
No, I think he's lost.
Oh, that's fine then.
That's me.
If he's lost, he's lost. Look for similarities. So like, again, a lot of my coworkers, they know like comic books. It's like, oh, it's a little like Batman. It's like, yes, Full Metal Alchemist is just like Batman. Just, but understand, that's their only point of reference, let them have it.
No, Light is like Batman.
Well, he is Justice.
Justice.
I always figured people were like, you know, Captain Marvel or Shazam or something, just like really obnoxious and like, Justice! Like if he could be more out and out, he would, but he kind of can't, so.
I thought the Lelouch was kind of like that.
Oh, he was, and just, I mean, fabulous as hell.
Oh, he also wore cape.
Yeah. So look for similarities when you can. If you have a coworker or a classmate who's reaching, like they're trying, it's like, I don't know what Hitalia is. Can you, you know, say, oh, well, Hitalia is a little bit like, insert better example, because I would not know how to like what Hitalia is.
They're like countries, but they're
people. Yeah.
And then most of them are guys.
Yeah.
So we're sorry if you run into some really bad
So
stuff.
the key with this is a little common sense can go a long way. And I think unfortunately as fans, we're very, very used to hanging out with other fans. We're very, very used to all of our references making sense. We're very, very used to if we make an obscure statement, someone's going to get it in the room. A little common sense can go a long way. And just keep that in mind. School's a little bit looser with these rules because, I mean, if it wasn't for me talking about Death Note obnoxiously, I probably wouldn't have funded this anime club. If it wasn't for me sitting in the university center obnoxiously talking about, like, gravitation, I probably would not have founded this club. So school is a whole different battleground, but again, like, if, you know, talking with your professor is not the time to go on about Hitalia. It's just not the time.
Unless it's for like
There's never a time.
But it is
Oh, now
history.
Yeah.
history.
I'm a history
Yeah,
major,
there's
so
a-
I'm sitting in class.
Oh, it's
and
torture.
Yeah,
I'm just
so,
looking through and I'm just imagining like.
Yeah, it's torture.
Yeah.
It's absolute
Oral
torture.
history is torture.
I know one of my classmates in my senior thesis course for my major, she recommended Hitalia to our professor, and like this is at the beginning of the semester, and then we ended up talking a little bit about that.
Yeah.
But then again, it's history.
But again, and that's where context is good. So like, I mean, I did a whole research project on anime and westernization. But that was highly contextualized. This wasn't just me standing on a podium ranting about how great Japan is. This wasn't, Code Geass, long live Japan. There was legitimate academic research that went into this. That's one of the reasons. Context is so important. I'm definitely not saying don't wear your fan colors proud, but do it with a little bit of decorum. Whenever you can, again, that common sense line, just have a little bit of, it needs to make sense.
So like it's totally okay to wear your Attack on Titan shirt and hoodie and stuff.
It's never okay to wear anything Attack on Titan because it's an awful series.
Oh, just fired.
That's right. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I hate Attack on Titan. Go Evangelion.
Okay, then we're gonna Evangelion.
Come at me, bro. I don't like Attack on Titan. I'm sorry. You're still shocked. Oh, I was kidding. Sorry. So, next big thing. So, like I said, we're going to do the fan at home 2 different ways. This is not just for people who are, I actually don't have anyone below 18 in this panel. I don't think so. Great. But you still have family members. I'm assuming not all of us are Edward Elric. And, it's like, where's your home? It's gone. Oh, okay.
Burned into the ground and you
Yeah.
try to resurrect your mother.
Yeah, not everyone can be like me where it's like, so where are your parents? They're both dead. Are you joking? No. So we do have the fan at home, and this is the non-supporting home. And here's what's crazy. If any of you guys, so most of you guys are older, you might have all been able to appreciate when being a fan was the most, hi, welcome back.
Hi.
When being a fan was hard. I know my family was so not supportive. They didn't understand. They didn't get it. They all thought it was devil worship. They did not understand what I was doing. And in turn, they were not supportive. And that made my cosplay and my fan journey very, very difficult. But I made a family of friends. I made a family out of my club members. I made a family out of everyone I met at convention. I make a family with you guys anytime I get to do this. Me being able to share my experience with you guys is saying you are now indoctrinated, and if you need someone, for the love of God, message me something. If you are ever in a situation where it's like, hey, my parents just don't get it. And that sounds trivial to some people, but if you've ever been in a situation like your parents don't understand a part of your life, it's weird, it's crazy, so not every family is going to be supportive. And when I say this, I mean it. I'm so sorry for that. I wish every parent of every fan could just be either apathetic or cool with it. If no kid ever had to grow up in a situation that their parents didn't get what they were doing as a form of expression, I would make that go away. And not just for cosplay, but just in general. But here's my advice. Have a conversation. My aunt does not like certain things in the house. I don't bring certain things in the house, even though I'm an adult. I visit every once in a while. There are certain things she doesn't like in the house. Fair enough. I don't bring them in. Respect your house rules. 18 plus or not, respect your house rules. If you are visiting, this is not the time to have the waifu pillow come with you. Leave the waifu at home. And keep in mind always, more than one waifu will ruin your waifu. And find support, and that's why that caveat's there. I am always there for you guys, because I've been there. I've had my aunt like, stop! Find support. If that's through an anime club, if that's through social media, if that's through, other friends, just find support whenever and wherever you can, because it's rough. Even if you are an adult, because like, I love now my aunt's like, oh, you're on a Yaya Han girl. It's like, well, first, I have nothing like Yaya Han, firstly. Secondly, I'm so glad that now you're like, because cosplay is kind of mainstream, that you're, supportive. That's nice, thanks. Ugh. And then here's the with support or supportive. And I put supportive in quotes because there are some parents that they just don't know. Like, oh, Japan's still a country? I've heard that from people. You laugh, but I've heard this from people. Like,
That's why I say, oh, please send the 18th angel right now.
Yeah.
I'll get in my aid unit.
Yeah, so this is for supportive, like true supportive, and supportive that they just don't know what they're talking about, and they just kind of let you. It's like, oh, you're off in costume again, okay. Don't track mud in the house, that kind of parent. Sometimes support does not mean understanding. Support does not always mean that they get it. I do not ever want to come downstairs and my aunt and I talk about Elfin Lied. I never want that to be a conversation I have with my grandmother, with any of my aunts. Like, so how do you feel about Light Yagami and Death Note? It's like, how's your oatmeal, Grandma? This is never And sometimes that's great, especially if you're just getting into fandoms. An ignorant home sometimes is the best thing in the world. You're just going to fly underneath the radar. And then, you keep bringing in more and more boxes of stuff, and it's like, why is there a 6-foot pillow of a guy? That's husbando. What? Bless you? That's husbando. Bless you? But if your parents and or loved ones are curious about what you do, let them be curious. Now, explain to them sometimes, but keep in mind, context is important. You don't want to overload them. Explain certain things. Don't explain everything. The IMBD synopsis for most anime is more than sufficient. If you are trying to explain to your mother what Full Metal Alchemist is, you're not going to go on for 30 minutes about a boy who lost his arm and his leg and his brother's soul because they tried to commit the ultimate taboo, and then they had to go frolic around because an egomaniacal little man in the military decided that if they were going to go on a death mission to go find a magical redstone, you're not going to do that. You're just going to say, it's about a story of two brothers, they committed, the ultimate sin of this world, and now they're trying to get their bodies back.
And they're 16 and 14, so there you go.
Oh, no, you don't. See, that's too much. That's too much because your parents are going to think you're weird.
Hey, well, we already got Hunger Games.
Too much. Too much.
16-year-olds.
You don't want to overwhelm the parent.
You don't want to overwhelm them. It's just that.
Yeah.
Think of an IMBD synopsis. Read the back of a manga. That's more than enough.
A story of two brothers.
Yeah, it is a story of two brothers who are trying to right a wrong. There you go. They're trying to right a wrong. Good. End. If they want to know more, give them volume 1. Do not give them volume 2 through anything else. Just let them flip through volume 1 casually.
Yeah.
Set your boundaries. And we'll talk about 18 plus stuff later, but we have to, guys. We have to. Set your boundaries. Understand that, again, if there's something they don't want in the house, which that's universal, there are some things that my aunt doesn't like in the home, respect that. Respect that. I'm visiting soon. There will be things that I leave in my apartment. There will be things that I bring with me. All good?
Yeah, it's called Yaoi. It's great. You should read it.
It's really easy to
Can I just pause? If you're giving yaoi to your dad, you need to have 5 bigger conversations. There's like 5 bigger conversations that we need to have. Why don't you see me after this panel and we're gonna
Yahweh is easy to sneak into the house.
we'll talk. We're getting it.
Is the sleepover good?
Yeah.
What?
Is the sleepover good?
No, you just say, oh, that's a girl.
Next one. So,
Why does she have a don't look?
What?
Why does she have a don't look?
I have no idea what that is.
fans, we are social sometimes. We are social now. If you are at play with your non-fan friends, which I know, that's crazy. I have friends that aren't fans. That I know it's like, oh, I do. I have a couple. I have a few friends that don't understand this anime stuff. It doesn't make sense to them. Weird. Be open about it in the nice way. It's not like I stop wearing my Naruto shirts when I hang out with them. I don't, like Sailor Moon change to look more normal. It's a part of my life. Again, look for similarities. If they're like, oh, well, I like Batman. Is there a series kind of similar to that? It's like, okay, let's work on that. Let's look for let's find a bridge. Anywhere you can find a bridge, you want to do that. Preach the gospel. Again, if they're open, they're like, you know what, hey, maybe I just don't know. Maybe I just don't know. Talk to me about anime. Teach me. But only to those who will listen. Don't become a televangelist. Don't be shoving manga in people's faces. They're definitely not going to like you then. But if you do have that friend that's like, you know what, I'm a little interested. The universe seems, fans seem a little overwhelming and daunting, which we do. I'm sorry, we look so overbearing and heavy breathing and scary to non-fans. We do. We all look like comic book guy from The Simpsons. Understand that. Like, that's exactly what most when non-fans look at us. It's like, oh damn, those people from costumes here again. We look so weird to them. We all look great to us. Like, I look fabulous, But like my aunt's like, oh, stop. All you're doing, stop it. So preach the gospel if they're willing to listen. As soon as they're like, okay, that's a little much. Okay, let's back up. Let's back up. But that's where you having some social skills is going to be very, very important. At play with other fans, here's what I love, because we get to do stuff like this. We get to sit and panels, we get to have these conversations, and we get to do all this great stuff. So here's my advice to being with other fans. Make friends. That's why I have the shameless self-promotion page. I want to make friends. It's, you know, it's being friendly, it's being open, it's being willing to have a conversation, it's willing to, oh my gosh, your costume looks great, let me hug you. It's doing, respecting them. If they don't want to be hugged, don't hug them. Don't force your love on them. Learn something new. Try to learn something new every single time. Mind you, I just made a very inflammatory statement saying I don't like Attack on Titan. I've watched Attack on Titan. I'm not a hipster. I was not given it a chance. I just personally don't like it. Now, if I meet the right people that can talk about it and not be mean about it, which most of you can't, I'm sorry. But you know, most Attack on Titan fans cannot talk about it like it's not the greatest anime in the world. You guys just haven't figured that out yet. It's okay, you will. You know, but I can learn, I can listen, I can, you know, maybe I don't hate it so much. I'm not gonna watch it. But maybe, you know, that hate will temper. It probably isn't. But maybe one day.
One day.
It probably never will. Like
One day.
Like you can never make me watch Do Da 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 again. Ever. But I went through it. What second season? No. Just no. Just like the second season of Black Butler.
Yes.
What season 2? There's no season 2.
Yeah, I will not
There's no
watch
season
it.
2.
There is no season 2.
There's no season 2. See,
there's
you're
no
learning
season
something
two.
new. There's no season 2.
Okay.
Okay, then. You just learned something new. There's no
Never watch
second
it
season.
again. No.
Thank you. Learn something. Every time you meet fan friends or you go to a convention or you go to an anime store, try to learn something new. I'm not saying to lean over someone's shoulder, hey, what do you know? You know, don't, but if you can strike up a conversation, do that. And most importantly, and as a cosplayer, I struggle with this, just enjoy the damn moment. So I actually just had this happen. There was a cosplayer from the series Free, and I really like, I'm a girl, I like Free. I like Free, I'm sorry. I'm a lady, I like that series. You're missing out.
Doesn't like this.
So there was a cosplayer from that series, and I wanted to get a picture with him once. He was busy, and it's like, okay. I felt really, really bad because it's like, oh my gosh, I just want to get a picture with you. I'm so hung up on, you know, as a cosplayer, I hate when I'm encroached upon. Like I hate when I'm like, you know, like in the bathroom, like, can I get a picture of you? Like, can I wash my hands, please? Like I'm so hypersensitive to that I can't enjoy the moment. I can't enjoy like. Look, he's a great cosplayer. Just ask him to take a photo. If he says he's busy, he's busy. You're going to be here. He's not going to run away. It's not like Snapchat, you know. It's not Pokemon, you know. It's like, you missed it. He's gone forever. You know, just enjoy the moment. Just enjoy being here and doing this. And what I love, and this is probably one of the greatest parts of my life right now as an adult, I get to do this all the time by paneling. I get to do this every single time I go to a convention. I have one more in January that I'm super excited to go to. I have probably a couple in the summer that I'm going to. I get to live this every time I panel. And it's probably the best thing, and it is pretty damn sweet. It's a pretty sweet gig. And I get to rant and rave about how much I don't like certain series and how much I love other series. I mean, short of voice acting, like being an actual good American voice actor, I'm pretty much living the dream, so. Good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh my god.
Oh.
Pyramid of the big.
What does the other one say? Wait,
Yuri, yaoi, and hentai.
Hentai.
Wow! You just sucked in that panel. Now let's talk about the 18
The
plus.
original family doesn't know what that is. I never know.
Don't explain it.
Nope, I never.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. So, just in case you didn't know what the adult triangle looks like, it looks like this. That's exactly what it looks like. I don't need to explain what these words mean, especially because we do have a parent in the room, so we're good. Very, very delicately. I'm still good. I'm a good person.
We're good people. I'm a good person.
It's just essential for patients to really pay for that.
Thank you. Good. Okay. Not good, but you know.
Okay, please do forget
Okay.
half the stuff.
So let's talk about 18 plus stuff. Remember, not everyone likes this. I'm talking about us girls especially as yaoi fangirls. We will shove yaoi down everyone's throats. And that is so off-putting, not just to guys. Because what's great is when you have like your boyfriend, like, look at Gravitation! It's like, look at Loveless! No. But
Yes, you will.
You will watch Loveless with me. But to our other female friends who might not be of the same persuasion, we are ravenous, and we have to stop. And I say we because that was high school for me. It's like, look at this fanfic! It's like, please stop! Help me!
Yeah, even though it was bad, I used to go to Catholic school and I used to smuggle fanfics with my other friends. They were Yahweh fanfics.
That was my life.
Trust me, we were pretty good at it.
So, be responsible. If you are 18 and this is how you choose to express that kind of stuff, I'm not saying don't. Just, it's like I have a little cousin back home, I'm not going to leave it just littered out.
Yes.
I'm not going to leave a trail of, hentai and be like, what's this? Just have a little bit of responsibility here. Be understanding, because everyone will have the inevitable insert guardian / parent finds insert 18 plus material. Just be understanding when your family's like, do we need to have a talk? Because I found this, and this is very troubling. Yeah, it is. Let's have, but just be as understanding as you can. They don't see it through the same eyes as you do. Again, I'm going to go ahead and call this Yaoi Fangirls. We support some crazy ass stuff in Yaoi. Hentai guys, well, I'm sorry. Hentai guys are just as bad sometimes.
I've shown Yaoi to my manager.
Really?
I've shown it to him against his will.
Oh my god.
Please don't show him
You're one lucky son of a bitch. But
Only to figure out if it should go on the floor or not.
yeah, but just be understanding when you do kind of get caught in the lab, with your pants between your legs. If you do get caught, just kind of name it and claim it. Like, you know what? I'm an adult. This is how I choose to express myself. I will not do this in your home.
Or just wait until your parents go to sleep.
Yeah, and then pull pants up. And then, for the love of God, keep it private. Even if, I live by myself. That does not mean that there's just yaoi everywhere. There's not just, weird erotic prints all over the place. I don't know. Just,
Are you sure?
Are you sure? I'm gonna assume yes.
Wow, let's study it down.
no, don't look at that one. But keep it to yourself. It was meant to do that anyways.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself. Just, and remember, when in doubt, common sense. Again, don't bring the yaoi to work.
Okay.
Don't again, leave the half naked waifu work. Don't take her to work. Leave her at home. She does not belong at the workplace. And only one waifu. So how can being a fan help in the real world? And again, just a heads up. Hi.
Hi, this Fandoms 101.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
So,
Welcome to the Fandom.
just to keep in mind, we are pretty damn fantastic. And I don't think we think about that when it comes to us. We are pretty damn fantastic. Why are we fantastic? We're dual culturalists. My coworkers have picked up on my bowing habit. There is actually a counter of how many times I bow to a superior in a day. The max is 50. I have hit 50 times that I've bowed in one day. But it's not just gimmicky to them. They deeply understand that I have adopted a secondary culture. And that is very, very difficult, and it shows an interesting high level of reasoning. I come around and look and freak out, I'm like, oh God, sometimes I'm not. We're dual culturalists, and that's really, wow, that is awesome. Hey, camera goes on me. How dare you let him steal my spotlight?
Oh, you gave the spotlight.
I know, I kind of gave it up.
Right.
But we are fantastic dual culturalists. Sometimes we're even tertiary culturalists. I mean, it's phenomenal. And that's cool in the workplace. That's cool in school. That's cool just everywhere. We have tons of exciting facts and trivia, sometimes to our detriment. Tamale, my coworkers learned about the Goblin Cat.
Oh my cow.
Because I blogged about it.
Oh wow.
So the Goblin Cat is a mythological figure in Japan, and he has cursed our club because of something I did. I will explain later. But we have lots of great, fun, exciting trivia off the top of heads. We can say, oh, that looks like a Baku. What the fuck's a Baku? It's like, oh, well, that's a lot like, Ronin culture. The hell are you? Speak English! we have all these really, clients love this. My clients think I'm just adorable. It's like, oh, you speak multiple languages. We have a fantastic eye for detail in putting the puzzle together. Think of some of the most complicated series that we've watched. I am still figuring out Evangelion. I'm still piecing together that. But in a creative environment, or even in an analytical environment, that eye is very prized. To be able to distill the picture down to its base elements, that's not kind of alchemical, but to distill the images down to one base thing and be able to then explain it with a little bit more ease, that's great. We can do that, no problem. Fandoms and being a fan is really one of the most fantastic things in the world. Honestly, next to like childbirth and unicorns.
Childbirth is evil. Wait, well, no, wait, childbirth is painful.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's still pretty damn magical. I mean,
No, if you study the way I studied childbirth, you'd be like, no, rage quit. Rage quit.
But the baby.
next
I
slide.
don't care, you know how much pain
Next slide.
it lasts for like 8 hours?
Next
I don't
slide.
want to be in 8 hours of pain.
So, to wrap up, you guys have any questions for me? We kind of covered a lot. You did that so slowly. What? Unleash hell. What's up?
Anyway, is it, I know this may sound, I mean, like, this may sound like a really dumb question, but is it okay if you were like, you know, the occasional fan, and you're like, oh, you know, I found my Attack on Titan, no, wait, no. Oh, I found my Hitachi shirt I'm going to wear today, so, because I don't have anything to wear. Is that okay, or is that going overboard?
I think that's fine. So like, I personally don't like wearing that stuff. Like if I have a casual day at the office, to me that's not the time to break out my Naruto shirt. But if I have like my, so I'm a member of Mu Epsilon Kappa, the big nerd fraternity, I'll wear my letters. They'll ask what the hell mech is. But you know, I'll explain that it's Mu Epsilon Kappa, it's a big, you know, national anime club. It means the world to me. It's all about context. You know, so I'm getting the free Iwatogi Swim Club jacket. One of my friends getting it to me for Christmas. Work is on the place to wear that, because there's no way that I can answer that question without sounding like a deviant. There's no way that I can answer, what does Iwatobi mean? Well, Iwatobi is actually the mascot for an all-boys swim club, and yeah, there's no way to do that. But, you know, and I hate I'm going to say this. If I were an Attack on Titan fan, which I'm not, if I had like a Survey Corps jacket, no one's going to know what that thing is.
I have the Survey Corps hoodie.
Get out.
No, you can't make me.
Get out. You know, if I happen to enjoy that fandom, again, no one's going to know that. But like if I'm walking to River Center, oh, hey, you're a fellow person of an anime that I can't stand, but kind of I can't even finish that. You know what I mean? So, like I have my Full Metal Alchemist and Alchemist pocket watch. To the rest of the world, it's a chain. But, you know, it's a badge of honor to anyone who's in the fandom. It's gauging all that. So no, I think that there's always a place for it, but you just have to have a little bit of wherewithal. There's, you know, I have a lot of like graphic tees and stuff. Casual Friday is not the day for that. Now I can stash it in my bag, and when I leave work and go hang out with friends, sure. Or when I'm at home, like my mom doesn't care anymore. Yeah.
I'm one of the Doctor Who fans.
I'm a Whovian as well, Alonzi.
I have Geronimo. I have Matt Smith's screwdriver, right?
Yeah.
I got it for my birthday.
Yeah.
And for the first few, until I lost it the first time, I was taking it everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I was at 7-Eleven trying to buy a Big Gulp, and the guy was like, "Hey, dude, nice vaporizer."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
close enough. Just close. Yeah.
Then I take it to work, because I work at Seawolf.
Yeah.
All the little kids love it. Everybody's like, "What is that?" "Oh, it's a sonic screwdriver. What does it do?" And I just make up some random.
Vaporized Daleks.
I just make up some random stuff. Oh, it's a wave reader. What is that? Like it says S wave, N wave, W wave, Hoovian wave. What's a Hoovian wave?
Close enough.
It's a signal.
Yeah. See, and you already did like 30 more steps than I would have. It's a light on a stick. Leave me alone.
Actually, I don't do that. I'm like, you ever see Toy Story? Yeah. You know, but like these lasers? Yeah. It's a little light bulb that blinks.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Come on, you guys still have me for a few minutes. Bring it on.
Come on, nobody ever.
We're allowed to cosplay at work.
Okay, I need context. What the hell do you do? Who are you?
Working half present books.
Screw you both. That's not fair. But you know what? So again, funny thing. My agency, we just had our Halloween contest, and I was Doctor Who. No one knew who the hell I was, but I knew who I was because I was who.
Doctor what?
Quarter. So, but that was a vanilla enough thing that I didn't really need them, to, it's okay if they don't know who I am, but they do bonus points. If they don't, oh, okay, you're wearing a fez and you have a light up stick. Cool.
No way we did that. It's
Yes?
It's like a lot of, well, to be honest, like, I guess I don't really watch that many, like, animes and things.
That's okay.
But then I get a lot of things, like, I'll be talking with some fans and they'll say something, and I'm not a true fan. And it seems to happen for, like, every single fandom that I've been.
No, and I'm glad you brought that up, and that's one of the big reasons why I mentioned in that fan of play thing, enjoy the moment. We are the most judgmental people sometimes, and we are the meanest to our own kind, because, I know for me, it was hard being nice to other fans because my fan struggle was so hard. I had a feeling I really didn't get what I was doing. I spent a lot of time kind of sneaking in dojins and hiding mom beneath my bed. So I became very much the angry hipster. I remember, I was really, really mad when I had Kohai come to me. I was like, oh yeah, I watch Crunchyroll all the time. My family doesn't care. I almost dislike the people that didn't have to struggle, because then why did I have to? Why did I have to hide my Inuyasha? But my Kohai is like, whatever, my mom just didn't care. So we are.
It's like the people you meet nowadays, like back when you were in high school, they were like, oh yeah, that's stupid. They were like, did you go see Frozen? Did you go see the Lego movie?
Like,
dude,
no.
we saw, I talked about stuff like that back then. No, you didn't.
Yeah. we can be the most unyielding and rude people in the entire world. And as someone who's been there and had to grow, I'm sorry. I am sorry for every time that someone was mean to you, anytime that, you made it and made fun of. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. As a person who was that person pointing and laughing, I'm not anymore. And I wholeheartedly, I'm the Vash the Stampede of cosplay. I went down to the Valley of Darkness, and it's all peace and love now. I want to make up for the time that I was not the nicest fangirl, because I think if fans spent half the time we do arguing over ships, and whether you like Evangelion or Attack on Titan, if we spent half that energy just talking to each other, and just being cool, the world would be such a better place. Just the fan universe would just be such a fucking better place if we spent half the time we do arguing. No, Sam is secretly gonna whisk Castile away from Dean.
I feel like it's the issue that there's so much passion into it that you get so caught up.
Well, but there's a difference. So Damali, and you're hilarious because you are one of my Kohai. You have seen me get passionate. There's a difference between being passionate and being a douche. And I'm a passionate fangirl. I just ranted about how much this has been 10 minutes of me saying how much I hate Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna go kick a Levi down a flight of stairs.
No, don't worry.
I'd love to, but I can't. Bye.
it's like it's a Levi.
It's not. I wouldn't wave to a Levi. He wouldn't wave back. He's always angry.
Who wouldn't be angry if your dad's short? Literally and figuratively. Think about it really hard.
I don't want to think about it very
But he's a really good leader.
Hey.
I think it's
No more of this!
Hey.
But if we spend half that energy, because don't get me wrong, we're passionate. I get that. I love passion. Passion is not an excuse to be an asshole.
Right.
You can be passionate and not be a dick.
Yeah, because I learned that with the Hetalia fandom, especially during the Hetalia Homstruck Wars. Oh, I didn't participate. I saw on the sidelines, and here I am on
Sweetie,
Tumblr.
Fun fact about me, I'm from the land of DFW Hetalia. And DFW Hetalia are cutthroats. They are best friends with Funimation. They are absolute cutthroats. I've never met catty little girls in brightly colored costumes.
Yeah,
it is mean girls for cosplay.
Yeah, because I used to watch the arguments online and hear ugh, and then usually oh really, you guys are so representing half the fandom.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I know.
DeviantArt.
DeviantArt's a crazy place to start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and along with
but-
Tumblr, but Tumblr's like a very
Don't go
dark
on
place.
Tumblr.
Don't go on
Don't go on
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
It's already unstable as it is.
Very.
-con.
But yeah, you can be passionate. I want you to be passionate. I want, when we can have these conversations, I love that. But you don't have to be judgmental about it. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be exclusionary. You don't have to be rude about it.
You know, like, for example, like I know, like for example, I know people who like the new Sailor Moon, and they're getting told like you shouldn't even be part of the Sailor Moon fandom because you like Crystal instead of the original.
Or like one of my favorite wars is between like Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, really?
So, well, because I align myself with the original. I much prefer the original Full Metal Alchemist. I'd
I'm
rather
torn.
dislike Brotherhood. Contrastingly, though, people who like Brotherhood are willing to just completely discredit the original. I'm sorry. The bulk of the people that I know that watch Brotherhood are like, why would you ever go back to the original? It's closer to the manga. But it's like, that's a terrible excuse. You know how many manga are absolute shit? And the anime are so much better,
True.
And moreover, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. It doesn't have to be a war. It doesn't have to be the new Ishbal massacre just because I don't like this series. It's not necessary. Huh?
What is both sides like Edward?
What?
Both
this is
sides.
point. Never mind, sorry.
For me and Brotherhood? Or what? Just
Never mind. I mean, like,
oh.
like you both like the same concept.
Yeah. It's the same concept, but typically where people get hung up is I know for me, preferring the original over Brotherhood, it's very, very small things, but it's small things just sort of build up into not liking the newer one. I can appreciate it, but if it's, choice of bamboo water torture or Brotherhood, I'll take bamboo water torture.
Yeah, because like, and I like I said, so like my advice to Sailor Moon, it's like like I said, some people are getting like, I think there was somewhat of a war, but if it was, it didn't.
It wasn't
really-
it wasn't.
It was very short-lived.
Yeah,
because
it was
some people-
very, very short-lived.
It was short-lived because people were saying, well, we don't like the new Sailor Moon because of the artwork. But some people were saying, well, the new Sailor Moon Crystal is more closer to the manga, and like literally people went to like where they had the manga online, and it was like so similar, it just stopped.
Yeah,
It
that one I really didn't want to call it a war because that one was very much one based on taste.
Yeah,
That
it was just a conflict.
Yeah, that was a conflict. I mean, but the Full Metal Alchemist versus Brotherhood is a war. That is, we have shown side by side where panels are similar and we still don't accept it. So, but yeah, that one gets a little crazy. But
Yeah, like, but I think the Sailor Moon thing stopped after like so many episodes.
yeah, I think those sort of accepted that the nostalgia factor was big for that one.
Right.
So the nostalgia colored a lot of people's kind of glasses a bit. Same thing that happened when Tsubasa finally got a dub. That we were willing to kind of ignore how awful the dub was because we're just so happy that Tsubasa got dubbed. We were just so like, oh my god, Tsubasa! So like, it's a terrible voice acting cast, but oh my god, Tsubasa!
Tsubasa, it's like, but who doesn't like Tsubasa? It's like all the
You'd be
characters.
surprised. That Clamp especially has a lot of hipsters like magical night raiders and nothing, and it's like, okay, calm down.
Okay, calm down, guys.
Calm down, people.
Please, calm down. I
But,
just want to say the card of the Sakura.
Anything
I
else?
think Free's getting a dub.
They're only dubbing Eternal Summer.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot. I'm going to go ahead and predict. It's going to be a lot like Italia. All-star American voice acting cast. They're going to be shit in these roles. I'm going to go ahead. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
All-star American voice acting cast. Greg Ayers, J. Michael Tatum, Eric Vale. It's an all-star American voice acting cast. They're going to be shit as these guys. It's going to be a terrible dub. I'm going to go ahead and just name it, claim it. It was great in the sub. We didn't need a dub, but Funimation wants their money.
Right,
So,
and of course,
Yeah.
I'm going to pronounce the name for
Big
Big
Mangana.
Mangana. It's
Can we get the guys who did 50% off?
So,
Tolerate it.
anything else, guys?
I guess also to add to, but like what you said about like family not really accepting it. Like my family's kind of, they don't mind it if I
Right.
read it and stuff, but it was never like there's no one at home that can really like get down and talk to them
Right.
about it kind of thing. And just like this past summer, like my mom was actually interested in watching like anime. She actually watched her online.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, and she also watched. She liked Fate Zero. Like,
Fate Zero.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't like Black Butler.
That's a hard one to get your family to support.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
But it was kind of cool that it was.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Right, because that was good because my parents, because they were kind of nerds because both of them like Star Trek,
Yeah.
And one of them, like, they both like Star Trek, they kind of like the older stuff, so it was like kind of, so when I got into anime, I'm like, oh, well, you're finding your thing.
Exactly, and that's where
Yeah.
context is very, very important.
Yeah,
So
like, even though my dad makes fun of me, he keeps saying, you're buying more Japanese stuff. I'm like, yes.
So like my mother, she really wasn't into anime, but like she would watch Lupin the Third with me because like all the 70s jokes made sense to her. I didn't understand, like, I don't know what the hell you're saying. Like,
Right.
it was so 70s and Western, but I don't know, what did you just say? What's a quaalude? You know, it's like, but she could get all those jokes, and it was really a great way for us to bridge that kind of gap of I was watching anime that I had no business watching as a kid, but it was her way of saying like, hey, you know, this is kind of snappy, you know, it's older.
Right.
They can appreciate that.
Yeah, and I don't know if I think you're probably the best person. What do you say to a family member who you somehow you're in the beginning credits of an anime, and all suddenly all the kanji comes out, and your family member says, "Is that devil handwriting?"
I've actually had that conversation with family members.
How do you approach that?
You don't. You don't. I mean, you can put all the information in front of them, but if they have it in their heads, it's just devil worship. The best thing you can do is, you know, we're not going to see eye to eye on this. I will do my best to not bring this into your house or have it around you, but understand that I respect you enough that I would not do something like that. I would not be so irresponsible as to do something like that. However, if you continue to find this disagreeable, I will do everything I can to make sure that it is not in your presence and thus not offensive to you.
Yeah,
that is exactly how I do it.
Although my situation happened, I'm like, you went to incarnate word. You should know this is the Japanese language.
I mean, but it's not just, I mean, I remember having fights with my aunt like Inuyasha because she was just hung up on the word demon. I mean, it's, but that's just how.
As if that's the most.
Yeah, as if that's the most egregious crime of Inuyasha.
Because that's the most egregious crime. I mean, your parents are supposed to be mad at you for bringing like something gory.
Exactly.
Like, Elfin, but apparently you get, yeah.
That's what you do.
But then they want you centipede in.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, speaking of what she said about people who like, you know, don't accept the anime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At my church, I do teach kids Bible lessons like every Sunday back when I was in high school.
Right.
And they were asking me, they knew that I played video games, and someone asked me about Pokemon. And one of the ladies, she like, don't tell them if we don't, Pokemon, it promotes evolution and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And in those 5 seconds, I made up an excuse that Pokemon was. Here's the thing: you can make up an excuse to make sense,
Right.
and people will totally believe it because people that ill-informed, like for example, this lady who said Pokemon was it promotes evolution. That's all she knew about it. I gave her this made-up story that it was a Japanese cartoon made to raise animal awareness, and America was able to market it, and it made millions of dollars.
The only reason why I don't like that.
And people some people who like watch all the episodes, even people who heard of Pokemon, they actually believe that story.
So
yeah,
it's I know it's really bad, but at the same time, it's like, you know.
I would never ever condone using falsity to get away with it, because here's the thing: ignorance is very pervasive. If it's not one thing, it's another. You are truly better off just not fighting that fight, because in the long run, you are eventually going to get caught up in having to keep doing that. And I find that exhausting. If I had to every single time I brought like a shonen eye in, oh, they're brothers, they're just hugging. Like, yes, they're brothers.
I used to say that was a girl.
You know, if I had to do that, I would be exhausted. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. I wouldn't be able to keep up with the string of BS coming out of my mouth. I says, you know what? You don't like it? That's fine. I'm an adult. I like it. But if I'm in your house, I don't have to read in front of you. I'm probably not reading in front of you anyways.
Yeah.
I think it's just a better fan practice to just don't fight the fight. If you truly have that kind of person in front of you, which I think everyone kind of does at least once.
Yeah. Right.
Just don't fight the fight. Just, you know what? Hey, I respect that this is not something that you like. I get that. I will do everything in my power not to do this in front of you. It's all about respect at the end of the day, because at the same time, you can do like, I don't, you know, like a particular behavior that you do every single day. It's a conversation. It's all about mutual respect. I put the shameless self-promotion page back up just in case you guys needed that again.
Alright, so my dad always said, hey, Victoria, pick your battles.
Huh? No, I already have an owner. I'm in.
Right, like,
No, I belong to in.
like, Drip Loop has been caught. What are you gonna give your nickname? What nickname are you gonna give your Drip Loop?
I already belong to someone. I have an owner already. I'm in Strickland.
Doesn't stop Team Rocket.
Hey. One job at a time, sir. One job. I'm just here. I know what you want from me.
Weren't you at the power plant on Friday?
Only between the hours of 12 and 3.
Everybody go to the power plant on Friday.
So, you guys have been great. Thank you so much for being here and letting me have this conversation with you. Again, the conversation to me never stops. You're more than welcome to stalk me on any of these channels. I go to conventions a lot, actually. Like I said, I have one coming up. I'm going to AichiCon in January. I'll probably do this con again next year because I founded this club, so I kind of have no choice now. It's like I founded this little organization, so I kind of have no choice but to come now. It's sort of expected. I love that now the email is, so what panels are you putting on, Senpai? Not, would you like to come back? How many you signing up for this year? How many you want? How many time slots? We do a lot to you. So I'll probably be back. I think Mizumi is coming up for me as well. So if you guys want to continue the conversation, I am reachable at these places. I follow the Kim Possible model at all times. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. And thank you guys. I hope you guys learned something. Live!
Camera.
I never work here. I'm sorry.